I was gonna say it's awesome. No, it wasn't. She had tons and tons of daughters, lots. And she put $7 on her front line. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, that's what she did. She put $7 on her front line, right? And she was incredibly capable. And so were her daughters. In fact, she went diamond. But what happens when you go to the family reunion? Who signs up Aunt Edna? And when you're trying to help maybe a weaker leg, what does your other daughter say? Why don't you put people underneath me? It caused such a problem that honestly, even after she was diamond, you guys, they all quit doTERRA. Because it caused so many family relationship problems, right? I once had two sisters that came to Prague, and I was teaching this concept. And one of the sisters raised their hand and they said, oh, this is not a problem for us at all. Like, we get along great. It's awesome. After the class, the sister underneath the leader comes up to me and says, it is a problem. Right? Now, I understand if you've already done this, right? We're gonna go to how to fix it. You just kick him out. No, I'm just kidding. No, I understand. We're gonna work through this, okay? Do you understand why we wouldn't teach this to our downlines? Is this clear? Do you at least agree with me with problem number 2? Yep. How many of you have seen this in your organizations where putting family on your front line causes problems, right? We see it all the time. So when leaders come to me and they say, I want to put my family or on my front line, do you know what I say to them? And this might be a little strong. Maybe you won't be able to get away with this, but I say, all right, it's your business. You can choose what you do. But if you choose to do that, I choose not to support you. Because I know what's going to happen. And I don't want to put my time and my energy into a leg that we're going to have to redo or completely rebuild. So if that's the choice you make, you choose no support. And they usually go, let's back this up just a little bit. Yeah. Right? That's how strongly I feel about this. I personally don't allow it, right? Now, let's talk about how we can help our family. How can we help our family? I have a brother who is incredible. He has really, really, really bad. He has a really, really hard time reading. I know that we don't give names to that anymore. We used to call it dyslexia, right? And it took him way into his teenagers to begin to learn how to read. And he went through, a lot of heartache growing up. He went to college and sometimes had to retake his college exams 2, 3, 4 times. Not exams, classes, the whole class. And, but he had a phenomenal personality. Like, no one has more friends than my brother. He can move to a new area and literally within 30 days, he's the most popular human being in the area. Constantly people are coming over to his house. And the reason why is because of his severe limitations, he decided growing up he would never be unkind to anyone. He treats the janitors the same way that he treats the CEOs of companies. He is amazing, right? I've never met anyone quite like him. So I placed him because of his personality. I thought this guy would be amazing in the business. He wasn't interested at the time, but I thought he'd be amazing. I placed him second level, not front line, second level. And then I helped bring on and then pour into and give resources to people underneath that became presidential diamonds. But we didn't give him enrollership. The enrollership went to the upline. Does this make sense? Yes. Well, after he was getting ready to graduate, he came to me and he said, Allyse, I've been doing the numbers with the back office, and I've been telling him for years, and he wasn't listening, but if I just built 3 legs, right, I could make more money in doTERRA than I ever could make in the business, when I'm going into in college. I'm like, I know. So actually, he started doing the business, and they moved to Canada. They became founders in Canada, and he has an incredible lifestyle, and they're still very engaged with doTERRA. That's how I helped my brother. Does that make sense? So I know that there are times that we do this, but I want to tell you this. First, I was set up for diamond. I became financially free first before I did those things. Same thing with my mother. My mother was scrubbing toilets and cleaning houses. Not that I have anything against that, because it was literally supporting her. And she was good at it. But she was in her 60s and tired. So tired. And so we placed her in a position, a presidential underneath her. We didn't know, but we thought they would be presidential. Gave the enrollership to the person above. And now my mom, she just has one leg. She just helped in the beginning. She always watched my kids while I was building doTERRA, right? She has one leg, and that one leg pays her $5,000 a month. It's her retirement forever. And she always tells me, Allyse, if you ever want to put another leg underneath me. Oh, yeah. And I say to my mom, Mom, if you ever want to actually build the business, I'd love to help. That's great. So I like helping my family too, just like you do. Don't put them on your front line. Are we clear? Yeah. Make yourself financially stable first. Next, the next mistake we make. Not placing by location. Now, what does this mean, actually, right? What does this mean? Not placing by location. Well, what it means is, because remember, what's our goal? Remind me of our goal. Time freedom is our goal. What this means is, if you have a leg in California, and you have a leg in Utah, and you have a leg in Wisconsin, right? Oh my goodness, we have some people from Wisconsin here. Well, then let's give it justice. If you have a leg in Utah, we might have just as many Wisconsin people as Utah people in Utah. Okay, let's try this one more time. If we have a leg in Utah, if we have a leg in California, and if we have a leg in Wisconsin, Wisconsin people are just super loud. All right. So, and we're wanting to go silver, okay? Imagine, what do we need to go silver? Help me out. 3 elites, which, an elite is what? 3,000 OV. And let's say our Utah leg is doing great. They're at 4,500 OV, okay? Our Wisconsin leg is killing it at 7,000 OV, right? But our California leg is struggling. That's kind of how California goes, you know? Just kidding. Our California leg has 3,500 or 2,500 OV. What are we missing? 500 OV in California leg. So many times what happens at the end of the month, because we're not prepared, and because we haven't done business builder worksheets, which by the way, we're gonna do a live on if you don't understand what those are, okay? Because we're not prepared, and we find somebody in Utah, because we live in Utah, that wants to purchase 500 OV. Where are we tempted to place them? California. We're tempted to place them in California. Now, are the people in California going to support that person that's in Utah? No. So who does? You. What have you just done? You've taken away your time freedom, right? What if you do this 20 or 30 times all over your organization? What have you just done? You've made a mess. You've taken away your time freedom, right? Are we clear? So, what's the best option? The best option is at the beginning of the month, knowing where you're at in these three different legs, and being able to place accordingly, knowing where to put your energy. So if you know at the beginning of the month you're going to be 500 PV off in your California leg, where are you going to place your energy that month? In California, and finding people in California. So you can place by location, and in time they get supported by the right group. Do you know how many people that I signed up in the Czech Republic that I never ever signed up under me, or in places where I needed holes? Where do you think I put them? In the Czech Slovak group. Every single time. Because unless they were CCs and I wanted them on my front line, did I want to be babysitting them? No. Are we clear? Okay, how many of you have made this mistake? Right? How many of you so far have made every single mistake? All right. And are you surprised you are where you are in the business now? No, it's clear. The nice thing is this. Even if you weren't satisfied walking into these doors where your business was, at least you know why. Because if you don't know why, you can't change it, right? Okay, yeah, one person clapped. Good job. You understand. The last mistake, this isn't the last, but I'm just talking about the 4 biggest mistakes. Ready? Here we go. Not placing by relationships. And that looks like this. Let's imagine you have a running group that you go running with every morning. There's 10 of you, and you swap off. You're this group, you go running every morning, and you started a leg in your running organization, okay, your running group. And you have a leg that you're building with your family, not on your front line, but it's kind of down a little bit. It's your family organization, okay? And then you also have your church. You have a leg that everybody that knows each other in your church organization. And you're wanting to go silver, and what is silver? 3 legs, 3 elites, and how much do elites need to make? 3,000. And so what if you had in your running organization, they were awesome, they were at 3,700, we're good to go. In your family organization, it was low. It was 2,800, right? And in your church organization, because they've got the spirit, they're at 7,000. Right? Amen. So this is what's going on. You're low in your family organization, okay? And so you find somebody that was running with you, and they come up to you and they say, hey Allyse, I'm interested in doTERRA. Can you tell me a little bit about it? And you're like, yeah, awesome. And you get really excited. And you decide, oh, that would be perfect. I'm gonna put them in my what? Family leg. But who actually ends up supporting them? You and who else? Their buddies. In fact, those are the people that probably talked about it and maybe even sampled them. And then what happens is those people, have you had this happen to you, come back to you and say, why, this is our friend, this is our buddy. They're like, we know these people. Why would you have placed them somewhere else? Are we clear? And this causes what I call doTERRA drama. There's nothing worse to kill the soul than doTERRA drama. Do you not agree with me? There's nothing worse than literally demotivating and making somebody actually want to stop the business than doTERRA drama. Don't you agree? It's hard. And so what we try to do is we try and place by relationships, and we keep the same people together so they can work with one another and support one another. We try to keep them together. Now, what trumps? Does relationship trump? I'll give you an example. Relationship or location. So if your mother lives in Utah, okay, and her sister lives in Ohio, and you have an Ohio team and a Utah team, and her sister lives in Ohio, where do you place the sister? Do you place her with relationship in Utah or location in Ohio? Relationships always trump on this one. Relationships always trump. Do you understand? So these are the 4 biggest mistakes. Now I decided I'm not going to teach you how to solve them. I'm going to just go on to the next. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. How many of you have made all 4 of these mistakes? Okay?